I'm Greg Gullickson, outreach biologist stationed in Minot and also in charge of our effort at the North Dakota Game and Fish Department's Conservation Outdoor Skills Park during the North Dakota State Fair. The Conservation Outdoor Skills Park is located on the north end of the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, just right across from the main All Seasons Arena building or across from Commercial 2. And you know, it's pretty easy to find us. We're the place that has all the grass, all the shade, and the trees. If you come into our west entrance, the first building you're going to come across is our information booth, and that's where you can actually visit with the Game and Fish staff, whether it be a biologist, a warden. So if you have any questions for the North Dakota Game and Fish Department, that's going to be your first stop. Moving farther down the pathway, probably our most popular area would be our fishing. And it's not just the fishing. We do have aquariums with live fish displays. We have mounted fish of virtually all the species in North Dakota that you can identify. And then from there you go out onto the casting dock where you can practice your hand at casting, and then moving finally out into the fishing dock, and it is as simple as it can be. It reminds me of the days of Andy Griffith. You know, it's a bamboo pole, a little piece of line, a bobber, a little split shot, a hook, and a worm. So there's a wide variety of fish that we do have in the pond. You know, trout, bluegill, yellow perch. Every once in a while we do have some catfish in there as well. And probably the best part is everything out here is free. And all the equipment's provided as well. So from the fishing pond, if you go a little bit farther back, you'll get to our archery area. And that's where you actually, get to learn how to handle a bow. And, our archery program that we use out here at the State Fairgrounds is modeled after the National Archery in the Schools program. So it's the same equipment, the same style of archery that you would actually do in some of your local schools. Right next to the archery building is our hunter education area. And basically what that is, it's a miniature hunter education course where you learn about safe gun handling, the different types of guns, how to make a proper sight picture, and then finally getting to plink away with those pellet guns. Yeah, the trapping is another hands-on display. A lot of different furs of different fur bearers across North Dakota, the different kinds of traps that you would use, and then showing you how you would use some of those traps and other ways that you can take fur bearers in North Dakota. We have plenty of picnic tables. When you grab your corn dog or whatever, just come on in, grab a seat, and just enjoy the beauty and the serenity of the Conservation Outdoor Skills Park. We're right at 25 years, and our partnership with the North Dakota State Fair has been great. And just because we focus on the 9 days of fair doesn't mean that we haul the fish out of the pond when we're done. So this is actually a great community fishery, and I spend quite a bit of time out here year-round. It's amazing even the ice fishing that takes place out here, and to see those families, to see people out here enjoying the fishing that takes place year-round. Whether it's flinging that first arrow down range, maybe shooting a pellet gun for the first time, or just watching that bobber dance out there, there's a lot of smiles. And there's a lot of people that have caught their first fish smack dab in the middle of a North Dakota State Fair. So that's really good to see. And we have youngsters that are experiencing this for the first time. We also have, in fact, inside the hunter education area, we had a lady in her 90s just a couple years ago that wanted to make sure that she could still plink at that target down there. So it's for all ages. So if you've never enjoyed the outdoors, whether it be archery, handling a firearm, fishing, trapping, this is where you can learn from the experts. And the mentoring that happens here, it's that one-on-one. And if you come in and if you're not sure on how to do something, or where should I go to catch a walleye, or how can I become a better archer, talk to our staff, talk to our folks out here. They're certainly experts and want to make sure that you get started in the outdoors. The outdoors in North Dakota is certainly a great place, and we want to make sure that people get out and enjoy it. So one of the things inside the Conservation Outdoor Skills Park, we do rely on our Game and Fish Department staff, but over half of our people are actually volunteers for the North Dakota Game and Fish. So if you're interested in sharing your talents in the outdoors, become a North Dakota Game and Fish volunteer. The North Dakota State Fair runs July 21st through the 29th, again at the Conservation Outdoor Skills Park, the North Dakota Game and Fish area at the fair. We're located on the north end of the fairgrounds, and we're open every day from 1 p.m. till 7 p.m.